Professor Potts, Science for Curious Minds, how did we get to the moon, and what are Newton's laws? Hello, rocket boosters and gravity grabbers. Ever looked up at the moon and wondered, how on earth did we get there? And what made it possible for a giant, heavy rocket to break free from Earth and fly through space? Well, it all starts with some truly brilliant thinking from a man named Isaac Newton. Over 300 years ago, he figured out 3 simple but powerful rules that explain how everything moves, from apples falling off trees to astronauts flying through space. These are called Newton's laws of motion, and they're still used today to send satellites into orbit and rockets to the moon. So, space explorers, let's blast off and learn all 3. Newton's first law. An object will stay still or keep moving in a straight line unless something pushes or pulls on it. That means, if you're floating in space and nothing is pushing you, you'll just keep going forever. Here on Earth, things stop moving because of friction and gravity. But in space, where there's no air to slow things down, it's like sliding on the world's slipperiest ice, you just glide. Newton's second law. Force equals mass times acceleration. We say it like this, F equals m times a. This tells us how much force we need to move something. The bigger something is, like a rocket, the more force we need to move it. That's why rockets are built with huge engines and carry tons of fuel. All that force is needed to push the rocket fast enough to leave Earth's strong gravity behind. Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. When a rocket's engines blast hot gases downward, the gases push the rocket upward with the same force. That's what launches the rocket into space. The rocket doesn't push off the ground or bounce off the air, it pushes against its own exhaust, and that's enough to lift it into the sky. Now that we've got our physics packed, let's answer the big question. So, how did we get to the moon? In 1969, NASA launched a mission called Apollo 11. It was powered by a Saturn V rocket, which stood as tall as a skyscraper and weighed as much as 400 elephants. Inside were 3 brave astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. The rocket used Newton's laws to launch from Earth, escape gravity, travel 384,400 kilometers through space, and land gently on the moon. Armstrong became the first human to set foot on the moon, saying, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." But wait, how do you go all that way without falling back to Earth? The magic of orbits. Let's talk about orbits. An orbit is what happens when you go fast enough sideways that as you fall toward Earth, the ground curves away beneath you. So you're always falling, but never landing. It's like being on a space merry-go-round. You're falling into Earth's gravity all the time, but you're also moving fast enough that you keep missing the ground. That's what keeps the moon in orbit around Earth. And it's what satellites, space stations, and astronauts use to stay up there without falling down. Even the Apollo spacecraft had to first orbit Earth before blasting off toward the moon. What about gravity? Gravity is a force that pulls everything toward everything else. The more mass something has, the stronger its gravity. That's why the Earth holds you down, and why rockets need so much power to escape. On the moon, gravity is weaker, only about 1/6 as strong as Earth's. That's why astronauts bounce when they walk there. Newton figured out that gravity isn't just something on Earth, it's everywhere, pulling planets, moons, and stars together across space. That's what makes orbits possible. It's what keeps the Earth moving around the Sun and the Moon circling Earth. The balloon rocket. Let's try out Newton's third law with a fun mini rocket of your own. You'll need a balloon, a long piece of string, a straw, some tape, 2 chairs, or anything to tie the string to. What to do? Thread the string through the straw. Tie the ends of the string to 2 chairs across the room. Blow up the balloon, but don't tie it. Tape it to the straw. Let go. The balloon zooms across the string. That's because the air rushes out one way and the balloon moves the other way. Action and reaction. Bonus orbit trick. Try swinging a ball on a string around in a circle. That's like an orbit. The string is like gravity, pulling the ball toward the center. If you let go, the ball flies off in a straight line, just like a spacecraft leaving orbit. So next time you drop something, bounce a ball, or see a rocket launch on the news, remember, Newton's laws are all around you. They help explain why you fall, why rockets rise, and how humans made it all the way to the moon. And maybe one day you'll be the one calculating orbits, piloting rockets, and exploring the stars. Until next time, Space Cadets, stay curious.